nothing, bro. So it was really crazy and sad to see that shit. Wait, where we at right now? We got SpongeBob Truths. How the fuck did we get to SpongeBob Truths? God damn, hold on. Boy SpongeBob, man, damn. Am I about to expose like my generation? I like, you know what I'm saying? Like Asian shit like that. Okay. How this became the worst SpongeBob episode, Coca. If you hear me. That is from my boys, yeah, SpongeBob Truths. Was it just SpongeBob content on this? I wonder. What you talking about, my boy?
Or Ink Lemonade. SpongeBob has had its highs, that much is obvious. But sometimes people forget the lows. While everyone argues about the Splinter or Ink Lemonade, there's one episode that quietly crosses the line. One that's not just bad, but also a low point for SpongeBob as
Wait, so we breaking down episodes.
Character. An episode where SpongeBob is physically trapped in a ringer, and no one, not Patrick, not the people of Bikini Bottom, not even the writers, seem to care. Whoa. And after I rewatched it, the problem is clear. The writers clearly forget what kind of story they're telling. And worse, who these characters actually are. So, how did we get here? How did SpongeBob, the most cheerful, can't-be-broken character in Bikini Bottom, end up trapped and blamed for his own suffering? The episode starts off friendly enough, with SpongeBob having a cheerful bath before work, singing about soap, and being a total goof. Until the slapstick chaos. He slips, crashes, and ends up stuck in a ringer, like physically jammed into it. He tries to wiggle out, but no luck. Coming in searching for his rubber ducky. SpongeBob asks for help, and Patrick, being Patrick, glues him in permanently.
Oh my god,
because,
dumbass Patrick.
Quote,
now you're stuck forever!
Whoa,
and SpongeBob, bless him, still tries to be polite about it. But then the first bomb dropped. Because this episode isn't about him getting unstuck.
You know what, SquarePants? That's quitter talk. And are you a quitter?
No.
And are you gonna let this ringer get between you and your passion?
Instead of helping SpongeBob unstick himself from the ringer, Patrick just gives him a motivational speech. Like it's a mindset issue, but we know things aren't gonna go well. SpongeBob goes to work, immediately injures Squidward, injures a customer, destroys Krusty Krab's property. In other words, he's SpongeBob, because that's who you are, right? But what follows is just emotional and physical misery disguised as fun. He can't eat ice cream, can't play games, gets a black eye, and gets launched off a carnival ride. Meanwhile, Patrick just keeps dragging him around like a damn pet rock. The emotional low point hits when SpongeBob finally snaps. He yells and tells Patrick he ruined his life.
You ruined my cotton candy!
Good! Maybe now you know how I feel about you ruining my life!
But for some reason, the episode turns on him. The crowd starts gathering, vendors are yelling,
public fight!
Like it's free entertainment.
Oh, shit.
And Patrick plays the hurt feelings card, says he was just trying to help.
It's only trying to help.
Patrick runs off with broken feelings, and then Sandals delivers this insane monologue. Your body isn't the problem, it's your heart.
What?
And just like that, SpongeBob becomes the villain.
What?
I just don't get it. Patrick is dumb, but even I still get irritated by that. The drama here is so out of place.
I ain't gonna lie, I think I can connect this already to some real life scenarios. I don't know if my boy SpongeBob Truths is gonna mention it, but I already see like the kind of picture that is painted here. I ain't gonna lie.
We are constantly guessing the show's logic, wondering why Patrick's character is so toxic and playing the victim.
And stupid as fuck.
What makes it worse is that the people of Bikini Bottom are known for being jerks. They love to shame someone and make them feel bad, no matter the reason. They just want all the smoke. And what also follows the story is weird, to say the least.
What happened?
Instead of watching SpongeBob try to fix or cope with his emotions, we follow Patrick's emotions. We get this emotional journey of Patrick that wants to ignore SpongeBob, hate him even. But he just can't stop thinking about him since, well, they're best friends.
Yeah.
I guess the idea here is to show off their friendship power. No matter how much hardships or mistakes they make for one another, they will and have always cared about each other. The problem is, the emotion has no weight. We dropped our feelings for Patrick since the first minute of the episode. You can't just put him in an emotional arc now and expect us to feel with him. Not after what he did to SpongeBob. Patrick realizes his mistakes and cries in tears. One tear lands on the glue and magically dissolves it. Because apparently the glue is water soluble. But you're underwater all this time!
Oh, you underwater all this time? No, what the fuck? Yeah, that's right! Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like realizing this shit is like, it makes me kind of tight because it makes me realize how we was disrespected, bro. How the fuck you got? And to think, you know what's crazy? We all believed it. We were like, yeah, bro. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying, we're empathizing with SpongeBob. How could you do this, Patrick? Blah blah. And then now that he's crying and the tear hits the glue thing, and then just, you know what I'm saying, makes it all loose again. It's like, damn. But they live underwater this whole time, bro. It's like, damn. It just shows you, bro, like how, fuck. You know what I'm saying? How low IQ niggas used to be, and then, you know what I'm saying, like producers like this just literally take advantage of that, bro. Fuck.
Never mind.
This nigga just exposed how slow we all were. You know what I'm saying? Except this nigga that's like narrating this shit right here. He probably caught it, but he probably caught it like years. Like, I ain't gonna lie, because you know what I'm saying? I feel like collective intellect was just low as fuck at that point. I ain't gonna lie.
I shouldn't question the show's logic, especially when they have a whole episode based on them discovering fire underwater. So they tried together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They themselves were probably like, it probably hit them later that, oh shit, these concepts. But it's okay though, because it's kid shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just the dangerous part about it is that you're making kids dumb. Because now they're gonna have the concept of like, yo, even living underwater, like creatures underwater discovered fire. What?
SpongeBob escapes, they hug, and the moral of the story is,
oh, they get stuck together.
I guess crying solves your problems after all. That's the ending.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a funny line, I'm not gonna lie. But really, SpongeBob goes through all that pain, emotional abuse, and public shame only to get a tear joke? Not even an apology or justice. Just a ringer falling from the sky to trap them again.
Both.
SpongeBob didn't do anything wrong, and still the show decided to make him the bad guy. That's what makes this episode hit different, and sadly, not in a good way. SpongeBob is being punished for being SpongeBob. SpongeBob is supposed to be the most kind, optimistic, and reliable character. That's been the foundation since season 1. No matter how bad his day gets, no matter how unfair the world is, he will find a way to love his job, forgive his friends, or laugh through the chaos.
Yeah, man. SpongeBob.
But stuck in the ringer, the writers take that same...
This nigga SpongeBob, the most consistent nigga, like, in the game, like, ever. In the game of life, bro. This nigga, I ain't never seen an episode, or maybe there might have been an episode where he was complaining about his job, like on some, yo, I'm trying to get out, I'm trying to get away from this job, I'm trying to do something different, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? This nigga, no matter what he goes through, no matter how Patrick, his friend, is, no matter how slow his friend is, no matter, you know what I'm saying? No matter what bullshit his friend takes him through, you feel me? Like, getting him stuck through a ringer. But it's like, yo, this nigga will always show up, nigga. This nigga will always show up and go, you know what I'm saying, go chill with his friend Patrick for some reason. You know what I'm saying? This nigga will always, nigga, you know what I'm saying, disrespect, whether it's disrespect or just like demean or roast my nigga Squidward, you feel what I'm saying? On some consistent vibe. That nigga never misses. And then you always show up to that crusty ass job over fucking, you know what I'm saying? What is it? Crap, what's the name of his job again? Yeah, that spot. You know what I'm saying? I almost said the chum bucket. Nah, that's competition right there. That's comp right there. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, dog, he always shows up to his job and, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know that laugh. The most consistent to ever do it, bro.
Same resilience, and they punish it. As if that was telling us it was his fault for not smiling hard enough.
What?
That's a betrayal of who his character is. It's also not funny watching a character built on joy slowly unravel because his entire world, including his best friend, refuses to show him basic kindness. And speaking of best friends, the gut punch on this episode really comes from Patrick. See, Patrick was dumb, but he wasn't cruel. He was a lovable kid, the kind of guy who'd eat a rock thinking it's ice cream or build a sandcastle just to smash it for fun. But this Patrick is a jerk. This Patrick inflicts pain and calls it friendship. He ignores SpongeBob's suffering, gaslights over his feelings, then gets upset when SpongeBob finally snaps, like he's the one who's hurt. And
there we go. That's that real life parallel that I wanted to draw. You know what I'm saying? With regards to this episode and real life. You know what I'm saying? Because you do get these kind of moments where, You're expected, you know what I'm saying? You're expected to keep that smile going. You're expected to accept my help. Nigga, I helped you, but like you hurt me. You feel what I'm saying? You just threw, sometimes like niggas just throw assistance on you. They throw that shit. Number one, I feel like maybe subconsciously or consciously to either keep you at a level where you're trying to advance from that level. So you throwing your assistance, maybe the kind of assistance that will keep me numb, you know what I'm saying, to my environment, to the stimuli that makes me want to move beyond this environment. You giving me shit that's gonna keep me numb, shit that's gonna dumb down my energy. You feel what I'm saying? AKA maybe friends that provide the drugs. When you've told yourself, nah, bro, I'm trying to get out of the streets, bro. I'm trying to get off this drug shit. I'm trying to get off this gang shit. They provide all the material, the drugs, the guns, the women, the money. Nah, bro, we here, bro, blah, blah. You feel what I'm saying? And that nigga would be like, and once you reject that on some shit, you wake up, you like, nah, bro, I don't need none of this shit. They're like, nigga, what the fuck? You ain't even had to put no effort in, but we provide these things for you, you ungrateful bastard. But it's like, how are you calling me ungrateful? I'm trying to change my own life for the better, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And then they the victims. The niggas that were attempting to help you in staying in the streets. Now how could he reject my help? Now he's an enemy. Now he's an op. Now us as the gang, we go attack him on some shit. It's like, it's crazy. Okay, that's an extreme, like, violent, you know what I'm saying, kind of example. But this is it right here. Okay, let me on a lighter note, family can do this on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Your family. Let's say for an example, the type of family that refuse to understand your dream. You know what I'm saying? The kind of family that refuse to understand like the vision that you got going on for your own life. You feel me? The purpose that you gave your own self. You know what I'm saying? And they refusal to do that, but then keep you stuck on something. You know what I'm saying? Nah, be this 9-to-5 nigga, bro. Come through and just work here by your uncle's business, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Towing trucks and shit like that. What the fuck you doing with this whole ambitious little shit? Fuck, chasing dreams for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, la, la, la. You feel me? Like, nigga, come on, bro. We gonna house you. We gonna give you all food and all kind of things. When you're suffering, we gonna be there to help you, but only when you do this thing that we want you to do, nigga. Now you tell me, is that helping me or is that hindering me, bro? You feel what I'm saying? So you get these kind of situations where you literally hurting a nigga, Patrick. You're literally hurting SpongeBob, and expecting him to be grateful for like the assistance you give him when your assistance is what makes fucking everything worse, nigga. That's it. That's all. So I don't know if that's a version of that covert narcissism that we be, you know what I'm saying? That we be, look, do your homework. Do your homework on covert narcissism, bro. You feel what I'm saying? We're the perpetuator of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Victimizes they self on some shit where in another angle they victimizing the other person while acting as the victim they self on some shit. It's like, I don't know if y'all get it, but you know what I'm saying? That was just my breakdown of the shit. That's the real life parallel that I wanted to like explain. You feel what I'm saying?
The show backs him up, too. Why? Instead of calling out Patrick's behavior, the narrative punishes SpongeBob for daring to get mad. They turn emotional abuse into a punchline, and toxic friendship into a heartwarming ending. Now, let's be clear. SpongeBob and Patrick have always had a chaotic friendship. That's part of the fun. They make dumb decisions, they blow things up,
Toxic
they live in
relationship.
nonsense. But go back to episodes like the camping episode, or Christmas Who, or Club SpongeBob. When things get serious, when SpongeBob is really in trouble, Patrick shows up. He cares, even if it's just for 11 minutes. But none of that happens here. Sure, you could say that he's admitting to his mistake at the end of the episode, and then he cries, which also solved the problem, but that wasn't intentional. The show never really tells you who's wrong in this case, and the writers treat it like a lesson in friendship. Like the message is, hey, real friends forgive each other no matter what. That's just outrageous. The truth is, this episode doesn't understand SpongeBob and Patrick anymore. They think their bond is built on tolerance, as if SpongeBob's role is to endure Patrick's chaos no matter how far it goes.
Yeah.
Because that's what best friends do. But that's not what their friendship was ever about. Their friendship worked because it was mutual. They were dumb with heart.
Together.
Now, it's dumb with spite. And look, I get it. It's a cartoon. It's supposed to be silly. But when you're dealing with friendships as your core theme, and you turn one character into a sadist and the other into a doormat, what exactly are you telling the audience? That being a good friend means never pushing back? That if someone hurts you but says, I was trying to help, you should just forgive them? It's a betrayal of what made a friendship special in the first place. But you know what makes it so frustrating? It didn't have to be this way. Because I think the setup is not terrible. SpongeBob gets stuck, Patrick tries to help, things spiral. You could build something honest out of that, something chaotic but fun. The ingredient was there, but they refused to cook. SpongeBob and Patrick have been through everything together. Jellyfishing disasters, contesting Neptune, time travel, even wild sea bears. But here's the difference. In the classic episodes, when Patrick messed up, the show knew it was his fault. And when he hurt SpongeBob, there were consequences. Emotional ones, specifically. Go back to Season 2's I'm with Stupid. Patrick pretends to be smarter than SpongeBob to impress his parents, and SpongeBob plays along, acting like a total idiot just to help his best friend feel better. But as the act drags on, Patrick starts enjoying it a little too much. He starts insulting SpongeBob, starts laughing at him with his fake parents. And when SpongeBob finally has enough, when he confronts Patrick in the kitchen, it feels earned. Because the episode properly shows us Patrick crossed a line. Even if he doesn't fully apologize, the story makes it clear who was wrong. Patrick and his parents are beyond dumb, so there's no point blabbering your mouth to make them understand. The emotional logic tracks. And it's funny, with a little bit of cruelty. Now imagine if that energy was in Stuck in the Ringer. Patrick glues SpongeBob by mistake, tries to help, but still messes it up. And later, SpongeBob eventually snaps. But instead of flipping it into a guilt trip, give Patrick a moment of clarity, a realization. Oh no, I was the one being dumb. That's when the feeling comes in. That's where the hug means something. So when they cried together because nothing works, the punchline, I guess crying solves your problems after all, will actually hit. Great SpongeBob episodes let the characters hurt each other in the right way. After all, you can't fake sincerity, not with characters people grew up loving.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm
Stuck in the
saying.
Ringer skips that part. It turns the guy who caused the problems into the victim, and the guy who suffered the most was the villain. At the end of the day, Stuck in the Ringer isn't just a worst episode, it's a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding of its own characters, of how friendship works, of what made this show mean something to people in the first place. You can be loud, you can be weird, you can be stupid. SpongeBob has always been all of those things, but you can't be heartless. But maybe that's just a running theme with these later episodes. The jokes are always kind of a miss. Whether it's a friendship like this, or legacy, or the way the show treats the characters that built it, modern SpongeBob doesn't always know what to do with the things that made it great. In fact, if you watched our last episode, you probably know which moment broke that trust even more than this one. A story that was once about doing greatness, now reduced to a kelp in the background. If you haven't seen it yet, well, it's one of the saddest stories SpongeBob has ever told. And they didn't even mean to tell it. Until next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again.
Alright, SpongeBob Truths with it. SpongeBob Truths with it.